All right. All right. Let's see what we got. Oh, thank you. Got a viewer and a like. All right. This is an open. I don't have any topic of discussion right now. Just a rainy afternoon here in America, in my region in my state. Well, doesn't surprise me since we have the most gun control in Maryland. So, yeah, somebody forgot to tell the criminals. Probably in Baltimore, more than likely, where there's gangs and drive-bys. Sorry to hear that, J Mac. Anyway, I recently made a meme, and just to get the ball rolling. Let's get the ball rolling. I'm not going to pick on the ladies too much. Okay, people think that I'm awesome, J Mac. Yeah, there's plenty of no-go zones in Baltimore. It's the murder. It has a high murder rate, and it's like going to London in a bad neighborhood. Iron Man. Yeah, Baltimore is a place that's got no-go zones. It's ghetto. Yeah, I've been there. You don't want to go to Baltimore. Anyway. Baltimore is almost as bad as Detroit. You'll get stabbed in London, but you'll get shot in Baltimore. Yeah. So true, J Mac. Okay. All right. Let's get on to the. I made a meme, and I should have sent it to you, Iron Man. It's basically the 3 types of women that I would never date, regardless of how attractive she is. Maybe I should right here. Well, you can't see it that well, can you? Well, it's up on my community page, my community tab. And the 3 types of women I would never date. Well, regardless of how attractive. How you doing, Deadpool? How you doing? Now, the 3 types of women I would never date. Yeah, long time no see. Anyway, getting back, the 3 types of women I would never date. Number 1, if a woman is in the military or police. By a woman's profession, you will know her personality. And you'll know that she's very masculine. And you don't want to date that. Trust me, a masculine woman is a combative woman. And a woman in these professions, no, it's not good. It's just bad news all around. You don't want to date these women, ever. And last type of woman you don't want to date, if you're a single guy, is a single mother. Nothing personal for single mothers, but you'll want him to basically be a stepdad and basically take care of your kids, but he'll have no authority over the children, and the children will not respect him because he's not their father, and he's basically cucking himself. Well, they're in that group, Iron Man. Well, I'll put it this way. I have dated women. I'll date some more women. You just don't know about it. I'll put it this way. If you date a woman with kids, although I'm a Christian, I'll say this. Get what you want and leave as fast as you can. And make sure you don't have kids with her. You know what I mean? Trust me, she's trouble. You know, you act like I haven't been around single mothers, that I don't know how they behave. You know what I mean? You know? That I haven't seen single mothers. You know what I mean? But I don't know their modus operandi. I do. Their whole goal is not a date. It's basically that she wants you to save her from herself. And you don't want to be a Captain Save-A-Ho. Well, it's your choice, J-Mac. But don't say I didn't warn you. Exactly, Iron Man. That's your choice. Yeah, I understand that. And did you make some mistakes, J-Mac? Now, I understand, let's say you messed around with your best friend's mom. Maybe you did that. I don't know. Not a holiday I celebrate, but if you want to have your 8 crazy nights, Moose, be my guest. Go watch the Adam Sandler movie, 8 Crazy Nights, and have a good time. Yeah, and that's yeah, and that's why that's not exactly a good. That's why you don't want a relationship with that. Half the football team, huh? Yeah. Well, I'll put it this way. I don't really care because at this point I am happy. Happiness, you're implying that happiness comes from a relationship. It comes from being with a woman. That's not how you find happiness. You find happiness with your relationship with God. And you find happiness within yourself. If you're not happy, that's on you. I don't blame anyone else if I'm unhappy. I don't blame anybody. If I'm going through depression, that's on me. You know what I mean? You know? Very funny, Moose. You defamed my character a lot with your parodies. I know why you did it, Moose. Because I wouldn't put gay characters in nasty goblins, and I wouldn't work with you like that. You know, I'm always surprised that you're not in the closet, Moose. That you're just a closet guy. You know what I mean? With the way you always venerate, the poop shooters. Yes, exactly, Iron Man. Go where you're appreciated. I didn't write it, Moose. Now you're lying. And this is what I tried to sue you over. Now you're lying again of a story I never wrote that you made up, you concocted as a parody. Now you're lying, and I could actually screenshot this and have it and sue you for this. You realize that, right? Now I got evidence that you're trying to imply that I wrote that filthy script. Don't go there, Moose. Watch yourself legally. Watch your mouth legally, because now I got some evidence. You want me to screenshot that? I'd give that to my lawyer. I didn't have evidence before, but now I have evidence. You're trying to make that. Hello, Michael. You have nothing. You made this whole shit up. I have the original script. And none of that stuff you put in there was in the script. The only reason you did that was because I wouldn't put gay characters in my script. And you didn't like that. But now I have proof. Proof that you're trying to imply that I wrote that filthy thing that you did. This is why I won't work with you, Moose. I won't work with you. Because you write filthy shit. No, basically. No, it's not, Leo. That is not my script. I have my script. He just used some things I said and then made up shit on his own. And now you're admitting, and no, now you're saying that I wrote that shit. I didn't write that shit. That's so true, Iron Man. That's so true. See what I mean? You see what I mean? Dude, now I got evidence to sue you. You realize that, right? You're giving me legal ammunition to sue you. I can take these chats and I can screenshot them. You know what I mean? Now I have legal ammunition that you made the claim that it was my work. You realize that, right? Now I have legal ammunition and a case to sue you. Thank you, Moose. Thank you. Oh, real? Not really, Leo. Criticism is not a civil case. Anyway, I wrote a script called Nasty Goblins, and I still got it. And I talked about some of the various storylines in the script. And Moose used that to make a parody using an AI generated version of my voice. And it was sick, it was disgusting, and it wasn't funny. No, it wasn't me. I wrote my own script. You wrote that script. Moose, you sick degenerate. But now you just gave me legal. You just gave. I'm gonna screenshot what you just said. I'm gonna give it to my lawyer. Thank you, Moose. Thank you. I want to say thank you for giving me. I didn't have grounds for a case before, but now I do. Thank you. Because you're making the assumption, the insinuation that I wrote that shit. That was not me out on the wire. It was not my work. I hate you, Moose. I really do. You think what you do is funny. It's not funny. And I try to be forgiving. I really do. I'm sorry. I don't try to hate nobody, but damn. The defamation that you've done. The besmirching of my character. You think I'm the only one that hasn't noticed that shit? Everyone, I have friends who've told me that that stuff was just bad, and I had to tell them that it wasn't me. And when they found that it wasn't me, they weren't laughing. They were horrified. You're not funny. You're not funny, Moose. I didn't. Well, you're just giving me legal ammunition, Moose. Now you're giving me a legal case to stand on. I'm going to screenshot all of this where you made the claim that I wrote this. You know, before you were trying to say, oh, it was just a parody. Nah, you fucked up, Moose. You fucked up. You fucked up. I'm going to take you for every dime you got. You know? No. I'll make a lot of money suing you, Moose. And I got a lot of time on my hands right now. So, I'm going to go get a lawyer. And now I'm going to screenshot everything you just said. Everything. Leo, you're being disrespectful and you're being rude. You're being rude. Okay? Over the hill. In my opinion, you're just an over the hill wench. You know what I mean? Yes, you are. But thank you. Thank you, Moose. You just gave me the legal ammunition that I needed. Once I screenshot this, I'm taking this to my lawyer. I didn't have a case before, but now I do. Thank you. Thank you very much. You know, I don't give a shit. He's going to be broke. I'm going to have a lot of his money. Hello, Tony. Anyway, you've ruined my peaceful day. I'm definitely going to screenshot all of this. How you doing, BSA? Your days of stealing my ideas are over. Where you basically made the assertion that AI generated voice is my work. You've made that assertion. You know what that is? That's copyright infringement, buddy. That could be a lot of things. That's defamation, buddy. You've defamed my character with a phony script, buddy. Hope you like the defamation suit because it's going to be real nice. You've given me legal ammunition for it, and thank you. You should have never said that. You should have never made that assumption. You better say it's a parody now. I don't give a shit about a movie out in the wire. Don't give a shit. No, I'm going to be a lot richer in the new year because I'm going to take all of Moose's money, all of it. I'm going to take a big chunk of it at the very least. Hope you like a lawsuit. You just gave me legal ammunition. Thank you, Moose. Thank you. You just made me go to Disneyland, and I don't even like Disneyland. I'm going to Florida on your dime. Thank you for just saying exactly, making me. You're going to have one hell of a defamation suit on your hands. Thank you, Moose, because I'm going to have a lot of your money at this point. Yeah, I know. I'm not going to Disneyland, but I'm going to Miami. You know what I mean? Well, I usually don't want to get sued to get rich out in the wire. But Moose has lied about my work. He's made the claim that the scripts that he wrote are my scripts. And now I have proof of it. Now I can screenshot that shit and send it to my lawyer. You know? And trust me, you just gave me a legal case. I was going to let this go, Moose. But now you just gave me legal grounds. You gave me evidence. You know what I mean? Evidence of defamation. Evidence of copyright infringement. Oh, you're going to know when I take half your money. But it wasn't written by me. I don't think it was a good story. It wasn't written by me. It was degenerate, sick. You know what I mean? Well, you can listen to Moose. We are not friends, Tony. Oh, whatever. We are not friends, Moose. We're enemies. You know, I don't like you, Moose, and a lot of other people don't like you either. Yeah, it's so funny it hurts, Moose. You. This is why I won't work with you, Moose. This is why I'm working with Brian K. Because Brian K doesn't cross the line. Know what I mean? Into disrespect. Into defamation. But thank you. Thank you, Moose. I just want to say thank you once again for giving me the legal ammunition that I need to sue you. Now that I have evidence, I'm going to my lawyer. You know? These screenshots where you make the claim that it was my work, I'm going to use them. I'm going to use them against you, Moose. It's your very words that will cost you money. It's going to cost you a lot of money. I'll sue for $1 million. I got nothing else to say to you. No, Slippery. But Moose is. Anyway. That's it. You got that right, Slippery. I got a lawyer. I just didn't have enough evidence. Now I got evidence, Moose. I got evidence galore. And anything more you say is going to be slander, Moose. You're slandering my character. And a lot of my friends, you know, Moose, this is the reason why you're no longer on Dave's stream, because you made so many people angry. You think you're funny? No, but you've crossed the line, Moose. And now, I hate to say it, you're going to make me a lot richer. Now, usually I don't like to sue people. I don't. But for you, because I despise you. You know what I mean? After all the defamation you put me through, I'll take you for everything you got. Everything I can get from you. I can guarantee that. Hope you like paying for my new house, Moose. Does he? Because I'm getting the screenshots. Thank you, Moose, for giving me the screenshots that your mouth has cost you money. No, I just want your money. And I'm going to sue you for it. Hope you like that. So I didn't have a case before, but now I do. Now I do. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice that you're going to make me a lot richer? You know what I mean? $1 million richer. Very funny. Very funny. Everything you say is going to be used in court against you. I hope you know that. Everything. So talk more shit. By all means. Because it's going to cost you a lot of money. All the shit talking you do is $1,000 is like $100. It's $100 bill. So every word you say is $100 bill that's going into my pocket. I got a lot of $100 bills now. Oh, I'll keep talking shit. Keep talking shit. Because everything you say, Moose, is going to be money in my pocket. Now that I have proof that you made the assertion that those scripts were my work. I'm screenshotting that. Now I got evidence. I can guarantee that we're gonna have a day in court. Guarantee it. I didn't have enough legal standing because I didn't have any screenshots. Now I'm going to get some screenshots. This stream is going to have a lot of screenshots of what you just said. So keep talking shit. Because it's more money in my pocket. That's a whole lot of $100 bills in my pocket. Right there. Yeah. Anyway, I got 18 views and only 4 likes. For the record, I never wrote that fake parody of Nasty Goblins. And even he has admitted that it was a parody to save his own butt. Now he's trying to make assertions. No, I don't do those scripts. It's not my script. It's a parody of my script, of my story. That's what I hate about it. And it absolutely assaults my character as a man. I am a Christian. I do not support poop shooters. I despise poop shooters. I have nothing for poop shooters. Nothing. And even my friends have said that was just horrible. It wasn't funny. It was horrible. It was a horrible assassination of my character. Know what I mean? That's why I don't like Moose. I don't like him. And a lot of other people don't like him either. You think I'm alone in that sentiment? I've talked to other people. There's a reason why he's no longer on Dave's stream. There's a reason for that. And now I got the legal ammunition I need. I got what I need. I got just what I need. And I'm going to get those screenshots, by the way, to get that lawsuit rolling. Because I got nothing but time on my hands. You know what I mean? Thank you, Moose. Thank you for we're running off at the mouth. You just gave me just what I needed. Didn't have a legal standing until now. Yeah, but it's over my intellectual property. You know what I mean? It's slander. So I can. And I will. Yeah, and I have all the time in the world, Moose, to sue you. And now I have all the evidence I need to sue you. Very funny on the wire. Okay, that's enough. Moose, you're just digging a bigger legal hole for me. More money. I'm just getting more money from you, Moose. You are basically, you know what this is called? Assassination of character. This is called, this is suable, man. You're breaking laws here, and you don't know it. You're liable. So keep running yourself into the ground. Like I said, Moose, I don't like you. I don't like you one bit after you did that shit. You know what I mean? And I'm not being funny. I really don't like you. This is why I'm more willing to work with basically Brian K than you. You've crossed the line, Moose. You've assassinated my character. I've had friends that said that this was horrible. It wasn't funny. Yeah, people are laughing so much it hurts. You have no respect for others. None. I don't care if you're honest or not. Only thing I care is about getting your money. I'm going to get it. Because now I got the evidence to get it. And good luck, Moose. Good luck. Because I'm going to have a big chunk of your money by the time this is done. Thanks for giving me the evidence. We'll see about that. I don't care if I die alone, as long as I die alone with your money. Oh, I have friends, Moose. How many friends do you have? The problem is we don't share the same moral code, Moose. I'm a Christian. I have a different moral code than you. Exactly, Iron Man. And I want to make it clear that me and Moose, we're not friends. As a matter of fact, I don't like him for the things he's done. And I usually don't hold grudges, but after the shit that he pulled, he attacked my he attacked my character with his parodies. It wasn't funny, Moose. And you think it's funny attacking people, what people value, what people treasure. It's not funny. On Dave's channel, live streams. You should be ashamed of yourself, Moose. Because I never did that to you. I never did that to you. I never attacked your character. Yeah. And I can assure you, I have friends who saw that, like Iron Man. He didn't like it. Sherry didn't like it. Other people that I know didn't like it. They had nothing nice to say about you, Moose. You're not funny. You crossed the line. Oh, boy. Oh, because I made fun of your hat. One time I did that. One time. And I apologized afterwards when you got upset. I apologize. But I didn't attack your character, Moose. I didn't attack your character. You did that. I was wrong about that. Not anymore. I was trying to be civil with you, Moose. Trying to be nice at one time. But obviously you haven't changed, Moose. You still want to attack my character. And I don't like that. I'm not scared of you, Moose. Here's the thing, Moose. I feel sorry for you. I mean, you're doing this whole internet troll thing. Do you have anything better to do? Hey, life is not easy, you know. But thank you. Now, Iron Man. Okay, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I really don't. Yes. No, I'm done with Moose. I am done with Moose. And soon I'll have his money. I don't want control. I don't want control, but the thing is, I don't want to be disrespected. You're right about that, Iron Man. I'm not going to sue Moose, but I don't want Moose around here no more. You know what I mean? After everything. I don't want him around here. Anyway. Yeah. You're right. I've said my piece, said what I need to say, you know. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, we got 22 views and only 5 likes. I was going to talk about, I talked about the 3 type of women that I would never date. Yeah. I'm going to screenshot everything he said. Just kidding. I'm not going to sue Moose. But I got some now. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay, we're getting some things. I'm going to do some things in the future. And as for my employment, well, I got some gigs lined up. I'm going to be making some really good money with some gigs. So, I'm always hustling a deal, so. Oh, that's where you'd be wrong. I'm losing weight, Leo. I'm muscular. That's okay. I just don't want to speak his name again. Let's talk about God, shall we? Something positive. You know, God is always with us. You know, even when we fall short, even when we, sin, God is always with us. Believe unto him and you'll be saved. and there's no name under heaven but Jesus Christ. As the Bible says. I'm going to forgive. Thank you, Edward. If you just came in, give me some more likes. I mean, we've got 19 views and only 6 likes. Yes, I had to let that out, ETB. I forgive him. Okay, I forgive him. I forgive him enough that I'm not going to sue him, even though I have the evidence to do so. Thank you. 7 likes. I forgive him. I forgive him. I'm going to try to find some forgiveness, you know. It's hard, really hard with this guy. Okay, let me explain. I don't want to explain this again, Edward. I will tell you through private messenger. Okay, I'll tell you what happened with this. I will show you everything. Okay. That's so true, Tony. Amen to that. No, I don't hate him. I was angry at him, and I'm getting over my anger. No, I don't hate him. I forgive him. I shouldn't have said hate. Hate was a very strong word. I forgive now. It's how you doing, Less Than Lethal Bandit? How you doing, bro? If you just came in, give me some likes. More likes. Oh, awesome, Less Than Lethal Bandit. Amen to that, Grizz. Amen to that. Having empathy. You know, the thing is that we got to do what we got to do. I'm going to pray over this. You're right, Tony. Funny, out in the wire. I've got 10 likes. I'm liking that. In Jesus Christ's name, give me the strength to forgive the people that trespass against me. I find it difficult sometimes in my nature to do so. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. All right, we've got 10 likes. I'm liking that. Well, a lot of good things going on. I'm going to get a new job pretty soon. Got some gigs lined up, and things are looking great. And that's good. Check out the meme on my community page if you agree with it or disagree with it. All right, I got nothing else. I got nothing to think about. Anyone got a topic to come up with? A new topic? I'm running out of ideas here. Let's talk about, I don't know, Trump's going to be inaugurated soon. Very funny. Al Bundy style. Yeah, well, if I had the people skills to be a salesman, I would be a shoe salesman. That's a really cushy job, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? All you have to do is just talk to customers, and you don't have to be on your feet 24/7. Just go for the shoes, and that's it. You know what I mean? Well, there are differences. I mean, we have a First and Second Amendment in this country. We have slightly different laws. Some are similar, some are different. Um, I hope that answers your question. Some are slightly different, some are slightly similar. I mean, it depends on what state you're in, too. Some, like for blue states, are very similar to the UK in a lot of ways. Some ways different. Red states, radically different from the UK. Radically. The laws are radically different based on individual liberty. The founding fathers. Now, unlike the UK, we have different states, and different states, to a certain extent, make their own laws. So it's like a very segmented system compared to the UK, where you have a central authority making all the laws in the UK. Because it's a much smaller country. We are I would say semi-centralized. You know what I mean? Hope that answers your question. Anybody got any more questions? Okay. Okay, we got any more questions? I guess I'll come up with another topic. What type of backpack? What do you think? What do you people think about what type of backpack you should wear? Haven't been weighed yet. I'll get back to you on that out on the wire. Well, I wouldn't say I know everything about the UK. Okay, I don't know everything, but I do have a lot of British friends who I talk to. Not just you, Edward. You know what I mean? And they tell me about the laws, the things that go on over there in that country. It just makes me appreciate what freedoms I have in my own country compared to that of the UK. Um, how restricted the UK is, how much of a nanny state it is, and I'm not disrespecting the UK in any way, but it seems that the people are good people, but it's just the people that rule that country are not so good. You know what I mean? It seems that the British Empire turned itself on itself when the British Empire collapsed, and I can. It seems that the British Empire turned its oppressive measures on its own people, and I think that's what happened. Um, Interesting, Chris. Interesting. Cool. Cool, Nancy. Yeah. Oh, you meant the UK? Okay. Yeah, it's about like that. I think the island is about the size of California. Very small, but it was able to dominate most of the world at one time. You know? Yeah, they're kind of cool, aren't they, out in the wire? Some of them are. I mean, I've anyway, let's get back to it. Oh yeah, it is. I did study geography. Uh, I know where Egypt is, and I know about Eastern Europe and Western Europe. That's a good one out in the wire. Okay, what do you want to ask on this, Edward? That's funny, Grizz. Well, what I know about the UK, the UK is a very small country. Allergies. It's it has, although being a small country, it does have a variety of accents. London accent, uh, from a London accent to basically Liverpool accent. So there are different accents that the different parts of the UK. Some accents near the Scottish border are very sound very Scottish. I mean, but they're not. Um, Also, I know that they have a rich history, a rich folklore, um, and a lot of times I talk to people in the UK because I study a lot of British folklore, like the Mandrake, Pixies, and stuff like that, and other British folklore, and they don't even know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like the folklore of England. Um, so that's interesting to me, how they've lost a lot of their culture, and it's also, they have a very rich history, very rich history. I mean, the Welsh are, I think, are the last original Britons in England. Um, most of the Britons are a mixture of Nordic and English blood. Um, they were invaded by the Normans, from what I can remember. A lot of intermarrying there, so. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome out in the wire. So I do know a lot about England. I study English history. Particularly, I love medieval warfare, the English longbowmen, the yeomen, the knights, chivalry, and the real history behind it. Like the English martial arts, like the use of quarterstaff. There's a long, rich history of the UK that they don't talk about. You know what I mean? There's the castles, but there's a lot of other things. There's the folklore, the dragons. Yeah, but dragons are part of British folklore. So a lot of the fantasy movies we watch, you know what I mean, or have their roots in either Germanic or British British folklore. So a lot of them have their roots in, like, Central Europe, um, Scotland, for example. Tolkien, for example. I think the dwarves in Tolkien were based on the Scottish, culturally very similar to the Scottish. So, and the elves, I think, are based on the British. You know what I mean? Or maybe the Germans. Who knows? But yeah, so there's a lot of rich European folklore. So a lot of the like fantasy films are based on stuff that's happening, stuff folklore from the UK, historical documents from the UK, or from Germany. You know what I mean? Or from France. So there's a rich history of the UK that I think is being destroyed today. Well, I know a lot about, let's see, other countries. Well, I don't talk to many people in many other. It has to be English-speaking countries. I've met a lot of Canadians, but I don't know about. I know a little bit about Canada's history. Um, uh, a little bit about Canada, but not much. I know Canadians are very similar to ourselves. I have Canadian friends, but they don't tend to talk about their history, like that much, like the British do. They don't tend to talk about their laws and stuff like that as much. But I learned a little about Canadians and their laws, history, and you know, but yeah. So Canadians very similar to us. It's basically America's little brother. I think it's still a British colony. Has a lot of interesting places in Canada, a lot of mountains, a lot of lakes, great wildlife. Well, I know people from Nova Scotia, which are basically descendant of the Scottish. You know what I mean, who moved there. I know that Canada has two languages, French and English, because there's a French Canada and there's basically a British Canada. You know what I mean? Which is interesting. So yeah, Canada is our neighbor to the north. I've met a lot of Canadians, as much as I met people from the UK. So I know about Canada and the UK. Not much about Mexico, though. Oh boy, Grizz. But your state is still a part of the United States. Mm-hmm. So much for So much for Canadian military might. Oh, so much for Canadian military power. I'm just joking, out in the wire. I'm just joking. Don't take it as an insult. You know what I mean? Don't get stuck in maple syrup, man. But personally, I like Canadians. Okay, I have nothing against Canadians. Okay, I'll make a few jokes there, here and there. You know what I mean? But I'm just joking around. I have nothing against Canada. Canadians are great people. It's really sad that they have to live under a communist, basically what you would call a communist simp. You know what I mean? Justin Trudeau. That guy is a communist simp. It was just an historical joke out on the wire. And that's good. That's very good, Grizz. Like I said, I have nothing personal against Canadians. Nothing at all. I have a lot of Canadian friends, you know. So I don't see the problem. Yes, it is. Maple syrup is great. And beavers are fun to watch, aren't they? You have maple syrup in the UK? I thought you had Marmite. You might get your, since Canada is still a British colony, you might be getting your maple syrup from Canada. Well, the thing is, here's the deal, man. Like I'm saying, let me guess, Canada? Out in the wire? Like I said, I have nothing against our neighbors to the north. Nothing. Don't get all butthurt for a little joke that I made. Just a little off-color joke. That was all it is. I mean, but yes, I would say that maybe you're getting your maple syrup on Edward from Canada, because, well, Canada's a British colony, so yeah. Oh yeah, sorry, my mistake. My bad. Well, I would say that if there is maple syrup, it's probably traded from Canada to the UK. I'm guessing. You know what I mean? So I know there's not a lot of trees in the UK, so have to be Canada. They're trading it from. They're getting it from. Okay. I would argue that it's a socialist country at this point. BSA. Different areas. I think there's a difference between American maple syrup and Canadian maple syrup. I think there would be. You know, Edward. I didn't mean to be rude to you out on the wire. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, you haven't. Okay, there's a few forest reserves, and that's it in the UK. Out on the wire. Most of it's grassy hills. More than likely, Grizz. More than likely, you know. And it's more than likely that there's a lot of less food additives in that and in that particular maple syrup that Edward is getting and the Canadians are getting. You know, ours is more diluted with preservatives. Um, and are there any maple syrup farms there? Any maple syrup farms there on the spectrum? I think you might want to look into that. You know what I mean? Edward. So true out in the wire. So true. That's funny. That's funny, Grizz. Well, I'll put it this way, out in the wire. Which one would you bet? Which one would you rather be ruled by, Trump or Justin Trudeau? Which one would you rather be ruled by? I mean, that's a. I know, but given a choice, Trump or Justin Trudeau, which one would you rather be ruled by? Given a choice, it's a good question. Interesting. Interesting. Edward. It was joking. It was an off-color. It was a joke to Justin Trudeau. Well, that's a problem because we have governments who tell us what to do. They have people with guns that force the laws. You can say you're not being ruled by anyone, but you are being ruled. We don't have an anarchy system. This is not the world of the Walking Dead. Okay? You can say that all you want, but you're still under your country's laws. As much as you don't want to like it, much as you don't like it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, yeah, I could say that, Edward. So I'm just saying. All right. I made that point. Well, it depends on what kind of politics you're talking about, J Mac. Well, I'll put it this way. Might be interesting. Hmm. Well, if the people own the country, you wouldn't be so screwed, now wouldn't you, Edward? No, a small group of people own the UK. That's so true, Edward. That's true. Why stress on what you can't control? But you have to be aware of your surroundings at the same time. Don't stress over it, but be aware of your surroundings. Well, I agree with it. I do agree with it. Like I said, we are ruled by somebody. It's best to have a good ruler than a bad one. You know? I don't agree with that statement. I don't agree Trump will fix everything in the system. But at the very least, the reason I voted for him was because, well, he won't get rid of the First and Second Amendment. And Harris said that's what she wanted to do. She wanted to repeal the First and Second Amendment. So I think that overall, that's at least I have more rights, with Trump. I agree with that, Grizz. I agree, J Mac. But let's talk about something else. I think we need to diverge a little bit. Let's diverge, shall we? Now, people have asked me what I think about these drones in Jersey. I'll tell you what I think about them. I think they're no different from the Chinese spy balloon. It's a lot of bull BS. It's a lot of BS. You get it. If I could go anywhere in the world and why? Well, I would say the Philippines. Because there are a lot of pretty women in the Philippines. Thank you, Out on the Wire. I agree with J Mac. Okay, let's talk about something else. Yeah, these drones. It's all a lot of bullshit. Just don't. I don't pay it no mind a lot of times. I think it's a lot of BS. Um, but some of the things I do think about is since you're from the Pacific Northwest, Grizz, and we got a guy from Canada. Let's talk about Bigfoot. Sasquatch. Let's talk about that. What are your opinions on Bigfoot, Sasquatch? I remember when I was a kid, I was really into monsters, and I was really into UFOs and stuff like that. So I actually wrote to a place to the Pacific Northwest. Oh, you're so right, Howie. You're so right. How would you, Edward? Oh yeah, you mean the Yeti, the abominable snowman? You talking about the albino Bigfoot? I'll look that up. Well, if people have a right to choose, and I would say that people have a right to have their own, to break away and form their own countries where they can have their own one-party states. If the two tribes don't get along, why not separate them? Have a peaceful divorce. I'll take half the country, you take half the country, and everybody's happy. Well, I think with you, Edward, it'd probably be your own private island. Yes, well, yes, Bigfoot. Oh, it's in PA. Oh, that's nearby. Up in the Poconos. Oh boy. Me? I would buy some rural property in well, I'd do a little traveling. I'd buy some rural property and in Idaho, and nice little cabin in Idaho, and live my life. Possibly get a new girl, a cabin in Idaho, and yeah, just a simple life. I mean, I don't require much. Very interesting out in the wire. Well, I'll put it this way: out in the wire, you live in Canada, where there's a lot of Bigfoot sightings, right? Depends on what you know. Have you ever known anybody to experience Bigfoot? Well, first I'd travel to the Philippines, get myself a wife. Then I'd take her back to the States, and I'd buy a nice little cabin way out in the sticks where no one is around. You know what I mean? And nice pickup truck and everything like that. And live my life. Amen, Caden. Amen, brother. And start a family. Oh, you got stories. Well, I'm willing to hear them, J-Mac. So, for the people who live in the Pacific Northwest and the people who live in Canada, do you have any Bigfoot stories? Okay, you're with Grizz. Okay, I get it. Interesting. So that's you might have a point there, Grizz. You might have a point there, Edward. We don't know though. I wouldn't be so arrogant to think that they don't exist because I've talked to other people who live in the Pacific Northwest who've seen them. Interesting, J Mac. Well, you know my game, Nancy. Okay, Edward. You know, I have a theory about UFOs, and this is a theory that I have. The UFOs are not spaceships; they're not aircraft at all. My theory is that they're plasma. Is that they're plasma-based life forms. That's my theory about UFOs. Is that they're plasma-based life forms. That's a good theory. Got 12 likes. I'm liking that. Now, here's what I think about UFOs. I don't think they're ships. I think they're life forms. I think they're a plasma-based life form. Okay? That's my theory. That's so true, Edward. That's a good one, Sig. Now, another interesting thing to talk about. So true, J Max. So true. Another thing I want to talk about is sea monsters. You know, the sea is a very big place. Very big place. Very big place indeed. And it's very unexplored, or oceans. and they're very deep and inaccessible. The darkest parts of the ocean, I mean, they're just vast, dark abysses. And to say that there isn't really big stuff in there, animals that we have not seen before, I mean, they have discovered vast new life forms in our oceans just as recently. New species of orca. So to say that there might not be, say there that there is completely new species that we have not seen yet come from our oceans is asinine. Chris, Chris, that's funny as shit. That's funny. It gets lonely up in the hills. Oh boy. Well, we know Bigfoot loves his liquor and he loves to play cards, so okay. But seriously. Now we're talking about sea monsters here. We're going to go into the sea. There was a major sonar blip that was it. It was so big that it was of a creature that was bigger, that could be bigger than any other creature in the ocean. Hasn't been discovered yet. No, I don't believe in Nessie. Not really, no, because the Nessie, the Loch Ness, the lake is not deep enough. It's deep, don't get me wrong, but I discount that wholeheartedly. I think it could be just basically like a large eel. I mean, it's not like a prehistoric creature, in my opinion. Whatever it is, it probably could be misidentified. Flexion, I don't know. But in the ocean, in the open ocean, I'm talking about the deep ocean, there could be things like this. I mean, you got that right. Well, that's funny because Bigfoot's supposed to be tall. Noodles is only 5'5", so you might have Bigfoot's juvenile kid. Could be, J Matt. Yeah, that's a weird thing, weird dynamic. Grizz. All right. Amen, J Mac. Amen. Anyway, now we're talking on the subject of different things, and No, we're going to broach for another topic. Let's talk about. Okay. Oh, Camo Kemp, how you doing, buddy? How's everything going? That's true. Trust the science, they say. How about trust common sense? Very true, Grizz. I hope not, but things are looking that way. Okay. Well, if you just came in, give me a like. You know what it is. I hope not. Okay, we're talking about unexplained phenomena here. Okay, we've talked about sea monsters. We talked about Bigfoot. I think it's time for something that a lot of people have experienced. So I'm going to go with. So I'm going to go with some things. Okay, now as a Christian, I don't. I'm not sure if this is. I don't particularly believe this, because I don't believe there's any communication with the dead. But a lot of people have seen ghosts. Even I have heard some weird stuff at one time. So, has anybody ever experienced a haunting, a ghost? Not in America. I would say that. I would say that in America, we're very sick people in America, where we have a low life expectancy. Anyway, out in the wire. So, well, I'll put it this way. I'm not sure about this. Other Christians have different ideas about spirits, and Jesus said something about it. So I'm on the fence about this one. I'm on the fence. Okay. You can see my dilemma. Okay. That's funny, Gamma. Okay. Or maybe a Kentucky goblin. Who knows? But okay. Okay, let's get to what we need to hear about. All right. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk. Well, that's a Catholic concept, and I'm not a Catholic, so let's just let's talk about, has anybody ever experienced any kind of ghostly activity in their homes, visiting somewhere, out on the road, wherever? You know what I mean? Has any? I know. Has anybody ever experienced any ghostly activity in their lives? I only did once. I just heard something. I didn't see anything. Tell us your story. Well, check out the fentanyl crisis. Depends on. I'll get back to you on that one. Let's get back to the topic. Okay. Um. So, J-Mac, you've experienced a ghostly haunting. Okay, I'm willing to hear you. I'm all ears now. I'm all ears. So you experienced some poltergeist activity. I think that could be an angel telling you not to do that bad thing. You know what I mean? You know? I think that could have been an angel telling you to stop that. You know what I mean? Because stealing is wrong. Okay. Interesting. Have you ever been there, BSA? Have you experienced anything? We want to hear like personal accounts here. Yeah, because you weren't supposed to be doing that, J-Mac. But you learned your lesson. Okay, you haven't been there, thank God. A lot of times you bring things home with you if you go to some of those places. I hope you put them back. Shadow men. I've heard a lot of accounts about those kinds. I mean, well, that's good. I think that was your guardian angel telling you to stop. I mean, what you're doing. So that's good. Well, my experience is a little bit more. How can I say? Like well, that's good because I don't think stealing is right. So I think it's a good thing. So my experience is basically I've said this before. I was at my brother's house and he had a basement and I was spending the night and he converted that basement to a bedroom and I just hear the old guy moaning all night. Heard an old guy going ooh, ooh, like he was in intense pain, like he just had a kidney stone removed. All right. That being said, anyone else has any stories? Any accounts? Well, apparently I found out later the previous owner of the house was an old fella who passed away in the house. That might have been like what I was hearing. Yeah. So yeah. Now, anyone else got a story? Anyone else got a ghost story? Wahaha. I guess not. I guess we'll have to move on to something else. Okay, let's move on to some Men in Black. You know, with UFOs, there always comes these stories of Men in Black. Has anybody ever encountered a UFO and then encountered the Men in Black afterwards? You know, like Men in Black suits coming to your door? That's very interesting. Interesting. Very interesting about the repeats. Okay. Has anybody ever seen an MIB? Okay. Okay, you didn't encounter MIB. You've only seen them in videos. You've never encountered them yourself. Okay. Nothing that I can do about that. No one's encountered an MIB. No one's ever seen a UFO. Has anybody ever seen a UFO? How about that? Okay, what about it? Something weird happened? You saw some weird people? You have, Edward. You've encountered an MIB. You've seen a UFO. Okay, you've seen a UFO. Okay. Tell us your story, Edward. Interesting. You live in Oregon. Might be a UFO hotspot. I've seen two in my life. Two. One when I was 15. The other when I was like in my 30s, my late 30s. So, two different incidents. Very weird. All right. We got that covered. Okay. So I've seen two, and one was a silver object when I was 15. It was early in the morning. I saw a silver object out in the sky, really out in the sky. It was disappearing and reappearing at random. Second time I saw a UFO, I was in my 20s, my late 30s. I was riding with somebody, and it was just above us, and you could see the lights and the little details of it. It was not an aircraft of any kind. I mean, it was moving slowly too, and then it was slowly kicking up speed. I mean, interesting, Edward. Oh, it was interesting. Okay. Has anybody, after seeing a UFO, interesting, J Mac? Oh, interesting. I'm surprised that the Men in Black haven't came to your door yet. I mean, Well, was it moving in a direction that was it moving in a weird direction, like it was being piloted, like it was intelligent? Edward, it's okay. You ever have any missing time, J Mac? So it wasn't a shooting star after all. It was a UAP, wasn't it? All right, J Mac, I got a question for you. And Edward. And Edward, okay. When you saw these UFOs, do you ever experience missing time? Like like an hour just went by in a second, and like you have a missing memory gap, kind of like that. You did. Oh boy. Interesting, J Mac. But Edward has had missing time. Oh, so you could have been abducted by aliens, Edward. I would get some hypnotic regression. Oh yeah. Basically your memory could have been erased. According to a lot of people that have missing time, once they go under hypnotic regression, they remember what happened. Oh boy. Well, you shouldn't mess with the unknown, J Mac. So, Edward saw a UFO and he got missing time. Ain't that interesting? You know what, Edward? You should try some hypnotic regression to see if you have some buried memories. Yeah, it's not a satellite. Edward saw a UFO and he has missing time. I'm surprised Edward hasn't been visited by the men in black. Well, well, well. Edward, you could have buried memories, of that event. I would say go to a hypnotic regression guy. Interesting, J Mac. But yeah, Edward, it sounds like you were abducted by aliens. We got our alien abductee here, Edward. Oh boy, J Mac. Oh boy, that's pretty terrible. There's a lot of UFO groups that would take you under hypnotic regression. I would say go to a British UFO research group. That would help you. They would help you. I mean, I learned something about you, Edward, that I did not know. I understand that, but there are British UFO groups that will do it. They'll believe you, actually. British UFO groups. British. Are you disrespecting my friend, Forgetful? No, you don't disrespect my friends. I don't tolerate that kind of disrespect. Yes, I'm well aware of that. But there's a lot of things we don't know about in this world, so people fear what people fear the unknown. Yes, there's UFO activity all over the world, ETB. It's not confined to one continent. Yeah. That's so true, BSA. So true. Boy, we're talking about topics here. I think they know something. Good for you, Dave. As long as you don't complain about not getting sex, I am very happy. Dave. See the smile on my face? Yeah, so true, Nancy. So true. They're here. I don't know, Edward, but it sounds like to me you have an alien abduction experience that needs some hypnotic regression. You have missing time. All right. Well, we don't know, Nancy. We don't know. Do I think they're aliens? Possibly not. They could be demons, from my perspective. But I could be wrong. Could be, could be. J Mac. I was thinking that they could be an actually plasma-based life form. Not an intelligent life form, but a plasma-based life form. That's my theory. Yep. I don't know, Edward. I don't know. I'll tell you this, Edward. Maybe you should go under some type of hypnotic regression and find out where that missing time went that night. Find a UFO group there. They'll do it. So true, J Mac. Interesting. No. No, Edward. No, but you could have been abducted by aliens. You have all the trademarks. You saw a UFO. You have missing time. That means something happened and your memory was erased. Well, Uncle Tony, do you know what your wife told me? She told me that I was much more bigger and much more girthier than you. And much more manly, Uncle Tony. Well, there is a group that would believe you. UFO researchers. Go to a local UFO research chapter in the UK. There's plenty of them. Does it bother you that your wife thinks I'm better in bed than you, Uncle Tony? By the way, your wife just called you a limp dick. You're kind of impotent. Anyway. Okay. Well, I think I've taught that this whole paranormal discussion is kind of over. Hey, I just made a witty comeback for the jackass. So, J Mac. So, let's see what we got here. Here. Okay. Is that Botter? I'm glad we got rid of that son of a bitch. Anyway. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. You know, come and moderators, thank you very much. Thank you, Edward. All right. that being said, this has been a very long stream, and I've had some good fun. God bless you all, and all glory goes to God. Amen.